Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you once again for spending your valuable time with me. Just a quick mention apparently, there was again some disaster at one of our power stations, and our load shedding has suddenly doubled and tripled. So it is very hard for me to post and comment the way I normally do. There just isn't enough time or hours, regardless of what precautions I take. However, it does not mean that I don't have eyes and ears and people who are watching and listening on my behalf. So, for the person and her friend who commented yesterday that not everyone who disagrees with me is a troll, well, you are a troll because I did not speak about trolls or bots or anything like that. I cautioned creators to watch what they are saying, to do their homework before going on video and spouting fantasies and untruths, because I'm telling you now, Harry got nowhere with his case against mainstream media. So next, not necessarily Harry, but his wife and friends are going to come for us next. So next time, listen to the entire video before commenting, because at the end of yesterday's video, I said exactly that. Besides, if I considered everybody who disagreed with me a troll, I would likely only have had 10 subscribers left. No, we are mostly adults here who can debate and differ and still respect each other. Anyway, we need to continue this video as it is going to take us on a long, winding road of deceit, lies, money, and maybe some shocking revelations in the end. And of course, just a tad of guesswork in order to connect the dots. However, I am going to do my best to make sure that you know exactly when and where I make the move from fact to guessing or gossip or conspiracy theory, because this is very, very important. I also know that halfway through this video, a good number of you are going to click out because in your mind, I am bashing your darling king. No, I'm not. And I am not even going to try. What I am going to do is take you through on a journey through a number of mainstream articles. Anyway, so let's start with the first question. Who of you actually know who Bruno Wang is? Well, I've spoken about Bruno Wang before. Bruno likes to call himself a philanthropist, a cultural patron, a businessman, etc. Bruno's father, however, was a Taiwanese businessman and an arms dealer. Andrew Wang was implicated in the scandal concerning 6 Lafayette frigates. There was a whole case about it, blah, 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 blah. He and his family fled to the United Kingdom, and in 2014, I think, I'm not sure, Switzerland paid restitute to Taiwan to the value of something like $266 million, or was it 266,000? I'm not sure. It was a huge amount, so I guess it's million. Yet the balance still needs to be paid back. And as things stand at the moment, Bruno Wang is a wanted man in Taiwan. Anyway, so who of you know where and what Dumfries House is? Dumfries House was the former home of the Marquis of Bute. Charles used £20 million of his charitable foundation's money in 2007 and somehow also personally brokered the balance of £45 million to buy and secure the house and its collection of Chippendale furniture. Okay, so Prince Charles wanted to save Dumfries House. No issue with that. It is a beautiful, quaint old building. But you see, when we inherit or buy a property, we have to ensure that we have the money to maintain it. We do it little by little, maybe, room by room, according to our budget. But not so if you are the Prince of Wales and the future King of England. If you are the prince, you are not going to use your own money either. No, no, no. I mean, that 24 million that you used to get from the Duchy of Cornwall, no, that's definitely not meant to fix a building like that. You are not going to fix it with your own money. No, you are going to take money from the likes of Dimitri Lears, Bruno Wang, and then also a Dr. Chi and his wife Christine. So once the place is actually restored, what are you going to do with that building now? Well, you are going to turn it into a hub of small businesses, each paying rent and obviously generating money for you. At that time, Prince of Wales, the Duke of Cornwall, and now the King. And of course, some of it needed to go back to the Prince's Foundation. Currently, one can have a tour of the house and its Chippendale furniture for mere £13.50. A grand tour, including the art, etc., would cost you £17.15, and the art tour will cost you £20. The Chippendale tour will cost you £25, and the clock tour will also cost you £20. Then there is a visitor centre with obviously some curios and things. And you can also visit the Woodlands restaurant and the Coach House Cafe. All kinds of activities one would expect to find at a historical place such as Dumfries House or a museum. But enough is never enough. And I have no clue when the Dumfries House fertility program was started. But what I do know, though, is that Dr. Gabriel Chi and his wife Christine Chi paid for it. Yes, it's not fiction, my dears. It is a fact. Okay? I have more than enough Instagram posts from Christine and other people to prove it as a fact. It's all true. They paid for that clinic. There is actually a plaque thanking Bruno Wang's foundation and Dr. Chi and his wife for making it all possible. And then I must mention it is a fertility clinic. They do offer fertility treatments, okay, but the entire clinic is called a health and wellness center, and it opened in January 2019. Well, at least officially in January 2019. So you see, once again, do we have a scenario where the then Prince Charles did not care where his money came from or how it looked, taking money from a man who is a wanted man in his own country? Now, what did he promise Mr. Wang? Protection, and then, of course, his name on a plaque. I'm sure your name on a plaque on a historical building belonging to the Prince, now King of Great Britain, does a whole lot to improve anyone's social standing. What very few people actually think about is that the money Charles used from his foundation was actually earmarked for charity, to help people, and not to embark on a vanity project and buy a building. But yes, I mean, you argue that Dumfries House now provide a number of jobs and opportunities, and that is indeed true. I mean, I'm not arguing that. But ultimately, who reaps the most benefit or the most financial benefit from it? By using other people's money, not his own, Charles built a nice little nest egg for himself. And of course, his foundation, because I'm sure some of the money had to go back to the foundation where it came from originally. Anyway, ultimately, this is not what I wanted to talk about. Now, as they had their own child via IVF, I can understand Gabriel and Christine Chee's interest in helping other couples conceive, but how on earth did they get involved with King Charles? Dr. Chi is a plastic surgeon and Christine is the star of Bling Dynasty. Dr. Chi's practice is in Beverly Hills, and that is where him and his family reside. So, although it is widely reported that Christine is good friends with King Charles, and there are a number of posts on her account on Instagram consisting out of photographs of herself and her husband with Charles on several different occasions. But nowhere does it state how, where, when, or why they met in the first place. But I digress once again. When this health and wellness center opened in January 2019, Megan was supposedly already 5 to 6 months pregnant, or at least her surrogate was 5 to 6 months pregnant. But here is the conundrum. When we started searching for proof that she did or did not give birth, we ended up searching for where the IVF treatment could have been done. Whether the recipient was Megan or someone else does not matter. Somehow, somewhere, the Harkles would have left a trace. There are, however, a number of fertility and IVF clinics in London. Two of the best being the APGC clinic and the fertility centre at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Thanks to someone in the industry or the profession, we could not find out where she went, but by finding out where she did not go, we could narrow it down to a couple of places where she may have gone. At least we could narrow it down to 2 out of the 22 fertility and IVF clinics. Now, please don't ask how we did it, how it was done. You are not going to get the truth from me. But with the help of a friend, we did it. However, we were stuck at that point because, due to medical professional code of ethics, no doctor or nurse can or could give the information, obviously because of their code of conduct. So, to this day, we cannot say Meghan Markle or another woman on her behalf received IVF treatment at the one clinic or the other. But what if she did not get fertility treatment there in London at all? What if she or her surrogate got treatment at Dumfries House? What if they were the front runners, the first ones? And how convenient will it be? I mean, in my opinion, it would be so much safer and with far less chance of leaking out if Meghan or her surrogate received her treatment at a place belonging to Harry's father and where everyone is at the mercy of the man. Anyway, if this is true, then there are a few significant things we can learn or assume. We can assume then that the then Prince Charles thus knew it all from day one, or even before it happened. If that is true, and seeing that they are now so proudly and openly publishing their success rate, etc., it is also clear that it could very well be that the king is sending us a message in which it is clear that he approves of Harry and Meghan's methods of having children, and that he has absolutely no intention of holding it against them, regardless of the born of the body clause when it comes to the line of succession. There is but one snag in this perfect plan. Since the death of the Queen and King Charles becoming king, William became the Prince of Scotland, a title which is very seldom used. He also became Great Steward of Scotland, Earl of Carrick, Baron of Renfrew, and Lord of the Isles, and Duke of Rothesay. Now, until recently, Dumfries House belonged to the Prince's foundation, but somewhere last year they changed it, and the house now belongs to the Great Steward of Scotland, Dumfries House Trust. So, William, my dear boy, it is time. It is time to find out exactly what your father's relationship was with Bruno Wang, how and why he got so close to the cheese, and thirdly, whether your sister-in-law or another woman got IVF treatment there at Dumfries House before the health and wellness unit officially opened up. I think it is time the royal house tell the truth, no matter how ugly, because it will not be Meghan Markle or a president or the United Nations or some big shot who will bring the house of cards tumbling down. It will be a little old lady somewhere who will just happen to accidentally find the truth one day. So, you know what? It's best to preempt all of that and tell the truth yourselves. Okay, my dear friends, that is it. Um, I had some technical difficulties, but I'm sure we will survive. Okay, take good care of yourselves until we meet on the next one. Bye.